This is Volusia Today, a public information radio program brought to you by the County of Volusia.
Good morning, Volusia County. You are listening to Volusia Today. I am your host this morning, Kelsey Russler, the Senior Marketing Specialist with Community Information. And it is November 22nd, because we're time stamping now. And I have some special guests with me here today. So I have our lovely Maggie.
Hello.
As my co-host. Hi, Maggie. And we have our awesome fire rescue staff, too, because we're going to get into some safety stuff today. So we have Volusia County Fire Chief Joe King.
Good morning.
Good morning. And we also have Division Chief Bill Whalen.
Good morning, Kelsey.
Good morning. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Good.
Nice and cool this morning.
Oh, it's so nice.
It is nice. We all
excited.
showed up with sweaters today and, like actual jackets. It felt good to get out and get some cold weather. We also want to do a little shout out to Rob, who's listening. He's a very avid listener of Volusia Today, so we promised we'd give him a little shout out. So with the colder weather, guys, Thanksgiving's coming up next week. Mm-hmm. It's happening very fast. And last week, I know we talked a little bit about our family traditions and what we like to do. And since, is this your first time on the show, Bill?
Yes, it is. I'm super excited.
Well, we're so happy to have you. So we're going to talk a little bit about some family traditions before we get into the very, very serious stuff of safety. So we'll start with you, Bill. Do you guys have anything that your family likes to do for the holidays?
Well, my chief at home, Carla, she's already informed me of my duties. She's already got solar lights outside on the trees, so they're really nice. But we put up 2 trees. We have a white artificial tree, and we have a new home. We just moved in several months ago.
Congratulations.
That's going in the window by the front door, and then we'll buy a new tree, and we're still working out where it's going to be. But I've already pulled down all the decorations from the attic, so
You're ahead of the game.
We're starting, yeah.
So my mom, growing up, we had 16 Christmas trees.
Oh, that sounds like my house.
16, and they're all different themes, decor, in every room, every window. We were the Christmas tree house. And so now my mom says we don't get to decorate till after Thanksgiving. I don't know when that rule switched, but now I'm the problem. Now I'm not allowed to decorate.
Oh my gosh.
How about you, Chief? Do you guys have anything fun going on for the holidays?
Growing up was funny. I was a real traditional Italian mom. The whole house was just from end to end. It was the tree was perfect. Everything was in a line. Now, with my kids and growing up, we decorate the Christmas tree. It's just potluck. We throw everything out. The kids from when they were little, they just, no matter where they put it, the tree would look unorganized. And my wife used to laugh all the time. This probably drives you crazy, doesn't it? And I'm like, no, it was fun. But we never put the tree up before the beginning of December.
Oh, wow.
That is surprising.
So right after Thanksgiving, we start getting ready. But my wife's mindset is December 1st. And then she used to take it down all the time, January 7th, because it was her sister's birthday.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
So it's fun. It's, kind of just unorganized. We hang the tree up. And the newest thing we started when my kids were teenagers, we started big breakfast in the morning with the family. We'd have everybody over our house for breakfast, open gifts. And then we would sneak out and go see a movie and eat Chinese food.
I love that. Actually, my boyfriend and I are going to do that with Thanksgiving this year. We're going to go see a movie on Thanksgiving after I got a 2-year-old, after he's in a turkey coma. Then we're going to sneak out and go watch a movie while my parents watch him. So, Maggie, for the viewers that weren't here with us last week, what do you like to do with your family for the holidays?
I am the traditional old grandma for Christmas. My house looks like Christmas threw up. I take all the garland. There's garland over every single door frame in my house. I have about 7 Christmas trees that I put up. And I go very old style. My tree is so chaotic. Growing up, my mom was a kindergarten teacher, and we used to do homemade ornaments every single year. So we would come home from school and she'd have all the little plates set out, and it was okay, you get to paint this for the day. And so we always had homemade ornaments, and we actually, some of them were kind of embarrassing. The older I got, I was okay, this is not good. We had one that was a little house, and I was supposed to write "Home is where the heart is," but I couldn't spell. So it says home is where the heat is. So it's on our Christmas tree every year. So our whole tree, for the most part, is like homemade ornaments and stuff.
I bet that's one of your mom's favorite ornaments.
As
a mom, I feel like that would be one of mine.
Is.
Very sweet.
Yeah, so it's always fun. So now I love every year I go out and I buy ornaments and we'll decorate and we make some new ones and always homemade. So it's always fun. It always smells like cookies in my house because I bake cookies almost every day during like the going into Christmas. And then after Christmas, I have way too many, so then I give them away. So I will bring cookies.
I was going to say, what she's saying is we will be getting cookies every day leading up till Christmas.
Yeah. If you have any requests, let me know. We've got lots of old family recipes and stuff. So, yeah.
And of course, Maggie, for the viewers who have been listening every week to all of your updates, do you have any fun wedding updates for us too?
You know, we're really getting down to like crunch time. I think we're 94 days as of today to the wedding day. So that's exciting. I dropped off my engagement ring this week. My engagement ring has like a custom curve on it, which sounds very fancy, but it's really not as fancy.
Beautiful.
As it
Don't let her lie to you. It's gorgeous.
And so because of that, in order to make my wedding band, I had to like drop off my engagement ring to the jeweler to have him curve it. So I feel very naked. I'm wearing like a old ring that I've had for 15 years. But yeah, so I get to pick that up next week. And so I'm excited about that. But other than that, we're just coming down to all the last minute meetings and stuff and finalizing details. And yeah, it's fun.
I love it. Well, my boyfriend gets a week off of Michael asking my wedding plans because there are none. So as you know, we all talked about Christmas and getting into the holidays, but we can't forget Thanksgiving because that's the next one up. And it's coming next week. So, you know, Chief King, are you a ham or a turkey guy?
Turkey.
I'm
a big fan. I enjoy ham, but give me a choice, I'm going for the turkey.
And how do you cook your turkey? Do you cook your turkey? Does your wife cook the turkey?
Recently?
Yeah.
We go to our mother-in-laws, and she takes care of all that. But for the first 10, 12 years, I was deep frying turkeys every Thanksgiving.
Oh, we're going to talk about some deep fried turkeys. How about you, Bill?
We are definitely traditional turkey, but my favorite part isn't Thanksgiving. It's about 4 days later with the turkey pot pie.
Oh, yeah. That's a good idea.
They are so good. My wife cooks it in the oven, and there's a fancy word for it. I can't remember what it is, but she basically butterflies the turkey. She cuts down the back and opens it up so it's flat. And I guess it cooks it more even. It's very delicious.
That sounds amazing. Yeah. I'm not in charge of the turkey this year. I have the turkey, but I will not be cooking the turkey this year. We split the sides. I'm like, we'll figure it out. I'm not a ham person. Don't like it. Never cared for it. But Maggie has both.
I do both every single year. I don't know. I think I was saying this before. Every time I've cooked a turkey, it comes out dry and it's never what I want it to be. And I'm like dousing it in ranch dressing every single year. And so my mom always did both. And then the question that we had last time was, well, if you do ham for Thanksgiving, like what do you do for Christmas? And we do prime rib for Christmas. So Christmas is more the food holiday for me. I'm like, I'm all about the prime rib. I'm all about all the holiday stuff. But yeah, we do both.
I love it. So, you know, with everyone getting ready to cook some turkeys, we are going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're going to talk about how you safely cook that turkey, especially if you're using a deep fryer.
7 miles of unique coastline. You know, Volusia County beaches. Yeah, those beaches. But also these beaches. We have millions of visitors every year, and we work around the clock to keep our beaches safe and beautiful. And you can help.
Swim near a staff lifeguard tower.
Pick up your trash and fill holes. Identify, avoid, and escape rip currents.
Please leave the beach cleaner than you found it.
There we go. Look out for one another and keep an eye on kids, especially near the traffic lane and in the water.
Pets are allowed at our 2 pet-friendly beaches, Lighthouse Point Park and Smyrna Dunes Park.
If you see something, say something.
A clean and safe beach guarantees fun in the sun for everyone. Thank you for doing your part to keep Volusia County beaches beautiful. See you at the beach!
Make the most of your day at the beach. Download the Volusia County Beaches app today. Sign up for real-time notifications on vehicle ramp openings and closings. Find staffed lifeguard towers. Get updates on tides and beach conditions, plus off-beach parking and coastal parks info. Volusia County Beaches app is available for your smart devices at the App Store and Google Play.
Hello, good morning. Welcome back to Volusia Today. We are so excited. We have all of our fire people here this morning.
We do.
And we've been talking all things about the holidays. And around the holidays, I'm sure you guys have all sorts of interesting calls. But one of the ones that we've talked about a lot is deep frying turkeys. That can be insane. I have witnessed my grandfather almost catch his entire house on fire. I can only imagine what you guys have seen. And I'm sure there's safety precautions that go along with it that I'm not even aware of because I'm too scared to cook a turkey myself. But you were just saying that you used to deep fry turkeys for years. Did you ever have any experiences where you almost got on fire?
I've witnessed some.
He said, I'm the chief. There will be no fires in my
Maybe that's why I learned before I started doing it myself what not to do. But, the biggest things they always say to make sure you're far enough away from your house. Definitely don't do it in your house. Some people like to do them in the garage or in a covered porch or something like that, at least 10 feet away from the house. And some of the biggest problems they always talk about is just setting up your deep fryer. Make sure you don't fill it with too much oil. So if you don't buy one of those fancy pots that have the lines on the side that says 12-pound turkey, 14-pound turkey, fill here. They recommend putting the turkey in the pot, filling it up with water, seeing where that line is, make a line, and dry the pot. And then fill it with oil and cook the turkey that way.
That sounds a lot of like a preparation. People have to actually learn a little bit before they go right into cooking that turkey. Yeah.
And a couple of the biggest things, obviously they tell you how to defrost a turkey. And there's the rule of thumbs out there that basically say for every 5 pounds the turkey is, you should let it defrost in your refrigerator that many days.
Oh, wow.
Because if you put a turkey in there that's frozen, it could actually explode. But that's some of the safety things, and you should always put it as dry as possible because it'll react with the oil.
I've done that by accident.
No, that's the big thing. And don't leave it unattended.
Right, that's the biggest one. Anytime you're cooking. If you see some of the safety features on the new fryers they have now, there's timers on them. And if you don't hit the button within every 15 minutes, it'll shut the gas off.
So
that's good.
Do you have a suggestion of which setup to use? Because I just went into Walmart the other day and I saw the rows and rows of peanut oil. Right. There's going to be so many people out here frying turkeys and I'm afraid for their safety. And I know they had some setups next to it that you could go purchase from Walmart. So is there a specific type of setup that you prefer people use or you suggest that they go use as far as in setting up their own?
I feel like a lot of people are pushing more to use the electric fryers. So you're still doing a deep fryer, but you don't have an open propane flame. So they're probably a little safer. And there's some people that even recommend you can use them indoors because you're just like frying inside. But I'm thinking with that much oil, I'd still be safer doing it outside. But that's the biggest. They recommend the electric fryers. And some even say just to use the air fryers.
Oh, wow. I didn't think about air frying a turkey.
But it's still
my air fryer is so small.
I know. You could get a Cornish hen.
Right. I can cut it in maybe quarters and take quarters at a time.
Excuse me, everyone. Could you please wait 17 hours while I cook this turkey? So, we talk a lot about deep frying turkeys as a precaution and safety around the holidays. But what about just putting one in the oven? Do we see any issues with that? Fires that come from turkeys in the oven, or is that definitely a safer bet?
Just some general safety, like Bill said. I mean, when you're cooking big meals, don't get into the habit of doing the set it, forget it, and go do other stuff. When the stuff's cooking in the kitchen, you should try and stay in the kitchen or stay around the kitchen. Because believe it or not, they say most of the fires are not actually accessories or problems. It's the food that lights on fire and it's unattended, or pots boil over and stuff like that because you're not there. I mean, everybody knows that you sit there and stare at water to boil. Yeah. And then you walk away, it starts boiling. That's just what happens. So that's some of the biggest things. And always keep things away from the oven. Children, pets, it's that whole...
The two hardest things to keep away from the oven.
Oh yeah. Now oil fires, they're different to put out as well. If you have an oil fire on your stove, you're supposed to cover it, correct? Right. I could be wrong, or is that a myth?
They always say as a rule of thumb, if you're cooking in something, always have a lid for it, even if you're not going to use it. It's a simple, easy. If you have a problem, you can just put the lid on it. That's the safest.
Yeah, I've done that a couple times in my kitchen where I have stainless steel pots. And when I first got them, I don't know if you've ever cooked with stainless steel pots. It's very different than cooking with nonstick. And I didn't know. And you're supposed to heat up your butter in the pan and let the pan get hot before you start cooking in it. And I let my pan get hot and then I put the butter in and smoke galore. I was like, pot lit outside. Like, take it out. The whole house is smoking. But yeah, cooking can be dangerous and it can be scary too. Do you guys ever have any calls with people who've like left things in the oven that have caught on fire or anything like that?
The funniest is the biggest one we run to is when they clean their ovens.
Oh, I was just going to say that.
So you clean the oven and it automatically locks. It gets up to a temperature that you can't open it, and they forget that they leave stuff in it.
That's exactly what happened. I had a friend that did that. Her mother did the same thing. Brownies in the oven, had no idea, and she accidentally hit the clean, and it locks your whole. You can't get it out, and so the oven, the pan, everything immediately went up in flames.
Oh my gosh!
There was people. I mean, it used to be habit. You know, people would store stuff in their oven. Pots and stuff, and just forget and put it on heat. You know, to start cleaning it, the handles would melt, the pot would start smoke. But,
Maggie is in awe.
You're unlocked in my head.
That's why we always recommend make sure your smoke detectors are up to date, you know, and batteries are changed out. I mean, even now they have the 10-year lithium batteries. You can change them, set the date, you know, that you put them in, and 10 years from now come back and replace them. I don't suggest that it's a good idea to always cook by smoke detector, but you know, that's what generally happens. You know.
Wow. I see Maggie right now is almost speechless. And this is what happens to me because I'm the PIO for the fire rescue, right? So every time I go visit my friends in fire rescue, I come home and wipe my house clean of cords, battery, anything that I hear, I have to go home and say, guys, fire. Immediately danger. We need to get rid of everything in the house.
Well, first you come to my desk and then scare the
I do, yes. I actually tell my whole team every time, poor Clayton, every time I come back from fire rescue, I have to tell the whole team exactly what to get rid of in their home because I'm afraid, therefore everyone else should be afraid. Correct. But hey, we're being cautious, right? We need to make sure we're being safe. So you know, we're actually, I think we're going to head into another break real quick because when we come back, I'd really like to talk about some lithium batteries because I know the holidays coming up. We have, you know, toys, cell phones, gifts that's coming in under your tree, and those lithium batteries will surprise you. So we'll go on a quick break and come back.
Subscribe to the Volusia County YouTube channel.
And hit the bell icon to know what's happening in your hometown.
There are so many great places to explore.
And things to learn.
With over 1,000 videos available right now, the channel offers something for everyone.
Let's go!
Did you know we have countless features showcasing history, nature, wildlife, and recreation? Subscribe and hit the bell icon.
Or that we live stream important county meetings and workshops where leaders make decisions that can impact our everyday lives. Did you subscribe yet?
Or that we record our weekly radio show, Volusia Today, where we interview staff from the different divisions and departments across our great county, and they discuss the nitty-gritty of their field and expertise.
Go ahead, subscribe.
But that's not it. There's more. Subscribe and hit the bell icon and fully explore.
Score!
Welcome back, Volusia County. You are listening to Volusia Today, and we have our fire rescue staff on with me and Maggie this morning. And we have Division Chief Bill Whalen here, or as he likes to say, just Bill. And we're going to talk about some lithium batteries. So going into the holidays, you know, before break, we were just discussing all of the things that, you know, can go wrong when you cook, but our presents under the tree or, you know, things that we have sitting at the table with us can also cause problems in the lithium batteries. And I did not realize this until I spoke to Bill, and he terrified me with what can go wrong with lithium batteries. So Bill, first of all, can you give us some examples of what type of lithium batteries we're seeing in our homes every day? I know they're being, you know, used more effectively and currently, so love to hear
lithium batteries, when they're used properly, are very safe source of power. But things can go wrong. And probably in this room, there's 4 of us. We probably have 6 lithium batteries between the 4 of us sitting here, and cell phones and watches and laptops. So they're safe if used properly. The big thing that we want to do with lithium batteries is make sure you're using the proper charger for that appliance or that tool or that golf cart, and don't overcharge the battery. When the battery's charged full, disconnect it from the charger. That's probably the biggest thing that we see when individuals, especially with your larger batteries for like golf carts, or we see it a lot with the kids are riding the scooters now and the battery skateboards. We see with those batteries, they plug it in overnight and they leave it. And what happens is if it overcharges because there's something a little bit wrong with the charger, we call it thermal runaway. Once the batteries start to overheat, it creates its own reaction and it continues to overheat. You can't put a lithium battery fire out.
You and I were talking about this before, and this was a kicker for me, is the fact that once it starts, and it keeps going until it's done.
Yes, the very absolute worst thing you could do is put water on it, because the lithium battery produces enough heat, and it produces its own oxygen, and it produces toxic and very flammable gas. So putting water on it just makes it 5 times worse than if you would have left it alone. And if you hit it with your ABC extinguisher that everybody probably has in their pantry, that's not going to help either.
Or should have in their pantry.
Or should have. And it should be the arrow should be on green with your extinguisher. But some of the big tips that we talk about is, first off, buy quality equipment. I've got a bunch of lithium batteries in my garage because I've gone to lithium everything. My yard tools, my power tools, they're all lithium batteries. And I used to be like everyone else. I had a big charging station. I'd plug them all in. My charging station would turn on and I'd go have dinner and go to bed. And in the morning, they're still on the charger. I had a quality charger, didn't have any problems with it, so I've been lucky. But now I guarantee you I don't charge anything overnight.
And after speaking to you, Bill, I also do not charge. I can't even charge my phone overnight anymore. And I know this is something you had mentioned earlier about using the proper tools and equipment with those batteries. So you're telling me I can't go on, Temu or Amazon and go buy all these aftermarket chargers to plug in?
I don't want Temu after me. But we see a majority of issues when they need a new charger, they need a new cord, or they're going to replace their battery. Maybe they have a child's toy car that has a larger lithium battery in it, and they replace that with inferior products. That is horrible. You want to stick with your manufacturer's recommendations. As soon as you get a new item and it has a lithium battery, now you got to take responsibility for the battery. So you have to read the safety directions from the manufacturer, make sure you follow them. And in the future, if you need a new cord or you lose your cord, which is 9 times out of 10 in my case, buy that cord from the manufacturer or one that they recommend. Real world experience, my first lithium battery incident was in my own house. I had a lithium battery vacuum cleaner, which was really great because I lived in a 2-story house and we just kept it upstairs, kept it plugged in always. Well, when we moved it downstairs, we lost the plug, and I opened up my drawer, and like everybody else, I had 400 different types of plugs in there. Well, I found one. It was it's a round hole, so it was a plug with the old school plug-in. Mm-hmm. I plugged it into the vacuum cleaner, and it fit. So I'm like, gorgeous. So I turned it on and left it overnight, came back probably 2 days later, unplugged it, and my vacuum didn't work. I'm like, what the heck, didn't it charge? And then I'm looking at it, and where the lithium battery is, the whole side of that was melted.
Wow.
I got very lucky. So now every single cable in my drawer with 1 million cables, it's labeled what it's for. This one's for the Makita charger. Mm-hmm. This one's for the cell phone. This one's for the laptop. Right. So I label every charger I have so I don't mix them up.
You see why, Maggie, I come back with, all of the worries in the world?
Yeah, no, this is scaring me to start.
Well, you know what? Since I can't ask Chief King this because he's an expert on all things fire, so it wouldn't be fair to ask him this. I'll quiz you instead.
Oh, great.
Yeah. What do you think?
So happy I came here today.
Yeah, we gotta make it
scared
fun.
And I'm getting quizzed.
It's
this
great.
Is school all over.
I was gonna say, does this feel like high school
PTSD?
experience?
Yeah.
What do you think you would do in a case of a lithium battery fire? So if you're at home, right, and you experience a lithium battery fire, what would you do?
Call Chief King.
Because we have a direct line to Chief King.
Immediately call Chief King. What do I do?
Chief King, help. 911, right? Like we don't try, clearly water doesn't work, right? Makes it worse. We don't want to use our at-home fire extinguishers.
Well, let me ask. So like, for example, our phones, like if our phone caught on fire, do we try to pick it up and throw it outside? Do we like get it away from the home? Like what is the best way to take care of that?
If you're holding it and you suddenly start smelling a burning odor, or you actually see what looks like smoke coming out of a battery, throw the phone as far as you can.
Okay.
Oh, good to know.
If it's in your hand.
Check it.
Outside the house.
Not in the bedroom, not onto the bed.
If it's a smaller lithium product like an e-cigarette or your phone, those can still have thermal runaway issues. But leave it in. If it's not around anything that's going to ignite, the lithium will burn. Call 911 and exit the home. Fire department will get there and they'll take care of it.
Okay.
If it's something larger, we have a big problem with college students. They get home, they all have a little scooter. They walk in their 1-bedroom apartment, they plug the scooter in right by the front door.
Oh, yeah.
And now in the middle of the night, they have a lithium battery fire and it's right near the exit.
Yeah.
Oh
The biggest thing I think you want to make sure we stress before we get off today is if you have a fire in your house, call 911. If it's out when we get there, that's fine. But if it gets
Just
away
call
from
911.
you, if it gets away from you while you're trying to put it out with an extinguisher or whatever, it's, we're not on our way yet. That's the best, call 911. Let us start going in that direction.
Well, you heard it here, guys. If there's a fire, you call 911 straight from the chief. And, just a reminder to keep your pets safe over the holidays. We'll be posting some tips on social media on how to do that. There's lots of good food, but not for their tummies. So keep them safe and protected. Keep a check on all your electronics, and we might be doing some fun stuff on social media about safety sometime next week, so keep an eye out for that as well.
Yeah, keep an eye out. A little hint, but not a hint.
A little hint, but not a hint.
We didn't say anything.
Exactly. So, real quick here, there's some fun stuff coming up. We got a Santa breakfast, holiday candlelight tours, DeBerry Hall, holiday tea, all fun things happening for the holidays. If you guys are looking for some fun stuff to do, Maggie and I just went on a hike yesterday for the Volusia Explorer Challenge. So always fun stuff going on in Volusia County. Not just safety, but we keep it safe while we have fun. All right. Thank you guys so much for listening for us today with Chief King and Division Chief Whalen. And we look forward to seeing you guys next week.